Math and MasterCam. Here's a great quick project right before Mother's Day. The CNC cutout using all your geometry skills. Could be a key holder, iPad holder, balanced Mother's Day holder. Wine bottle sits in there, says Mom. It's pretty solid. Well balanced, good math on that one. So Mother's Day's not this Sunday, but a week from this Sunday. So it's going to be a Mother's Day sign that says Mom. And you got three options with it. Option number one is you run it on the CNC like this. On the table saw you do not a very deep cut in there. That's an 1/8 inch slot. And then you could just mount it on the wall like that. And then it could be a key stand. So you just, when everybody comes in, they can hang their keys on. Option two is you run the same CNC file. You don't cut a single slot in there, but you cut an angled slot a little bit deeper, and you just leave it on the countertop like this. And then when she needs a iPad stand, she just puts it over, and then the iPad fits in that slot. So it could be an iPad stand or a key stand. And then the third option is this right here. If you only want to use it as a wine rack holder or wine bottle holder, don't cut the slot but you do need to cut that 45 on the back. So if you're going to use it as a wine bottle holder, do not cut that front slot, but cut that 45 in, and then the wine bottle just goes in there. I'll go ahead and run through the CAD design, and then the CNC design, and then from there we'll go out in the shop and make it. Okay, here I am in MasterCam. I've just finished completing my geometry and drawing this. First thing, a couple of key things I want to point out is under machine type, I go to router, techno servo, and that brings up this property manager here. Under stock setup, I set my stock 4 inches in Y, 12 in X, and 3/4 inch MDF. If I hit display here, I could actually see the board, and F9 brings on my XY coordinate planes. So my geometry, I try to make this perpendicular to the base so it can stand up for the wine bottle holder. I want a lot of overlap here between the M and the O, so it's one solid piece of wood and it won't break. So that's the geometry. I could go through that some more in another video, but I really just want to show you the tool path. I'm going to do it in one tool path, contour, and I'm going to make sure I do the whole cutout first as a chain. I want to go counterclockwise on my circle cutout, and I want to go clockwise on the actual mom cutout. So mom's going clockwise, the circle's counterclockwise. The reason why I do that is I want the bit on the outside for the mom cutout. I want the bit on the outside, and on the circle cutout I want the bit on the inside. And I'm just going to work my way through this menu here. Tool, a 1/4 inch straight bit, and I want my feed rate at about 60, my plunge rate half at that at 30. Blue plus holds those settings, holder, cut parameters. So again, I'm going counterclockwise on the circle cutout. So I'm going this way, that'll put the bit inside, and then I'm going clockwise on the mother cutout, and that'll keep the bit on the outside. Okay, so that's good. Depth of cuts, definitely want to set this at less than the diameter of the bit. Hold those settings. Lead in out, I'll turn off. Breakthrough, multi. And linking parameters, I want them all absolute. And this has to be a negative setting, a negative 0.75 for the MDF. And that's it for my tool pathing. Let's see if I did it correctly. I'll go to verify. I like to see an isometric fit screen. And there's my mom cutout. Looks good. Yeah, I want to make sure I save this file. Not only do I save it, then when I'm done saving it, then I go to G1 and I post it. So I hit G1, that's right, and I'm going to post it, in this case, to my desktop or to a flash drive. I hit post, and it takes all of this information and converts it to all this numeric code, and the Techno actually reads this numeric code here. So there's my numeric code file, my NC file, but I also have my MasterCam MCX file. So if you're going to make your mom sign out of MDF, this is an exact 3/4 inch wood, right? So it's actually manufactured to exactly 3/4 of an inch. You see that, Nathan? If you're going to use hardwood, most hardwoods machine down to 13/16, but you need to use a caliper to double check the thickness. My CAD file, or my CNC file, has a depth of cut of 0.75. I'll cut out on CNC router. These two last little pieces were my tabs to hold it down. And then I'm just going to use a bandsaw and cut these out. And I could be kind of anywhere in between these two lines, so I'm going to clean it up with the router. But I don't want to hit my actual part. I'll cut this out. So I'm all cut out on the bandsaw, my tabs, to hold it down. And from there I can come to the table router, and I'm just going to clean up those cuts. Very carefully using a hold down stick. Here's our mom sign. It's cut out, routed on edges. If you want to do that groove for the keys, it's a non-through cut with the table saw, so you got to be very careful because the kicker splitter has to be out. In fact, have me do this cut for you. Okay. So if I want a non-through cut, kind of right through the middle of the M, I'll line it up there. I'll go about 3/8 of an inch in, about half of the wood, maybe a little less, and then I'll just cut through. There's my cut for my keys. If I want to do it for my iPad or my mom's iPad, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'll just do a few passes, moving the fence over 1/8 of an inch each time to get an 1/8 inch width. And then I'll use the bevel on the side to give it the angle I want. Set it on a 45, and fingers never go in the path of that blade. And there it is for a wine bottle holder like that. There it is. Mother's Day in about, what was that, 10-15 minutes.